German-made Dschinni sniper. I'm deep in the trifecta mountain fog. I have my Dschinni sniper, the Apache's above. It's hot as hell. I'm undercover as StrictlyShisha. All right, just kidding everyone. What's going on? Hope you guys are doing absolutely wonderful. Back at it with another review. Today I have the pleasure of smoking and reviewing for you guys the Dschinni sniper all the way from Germany. I got this directly from Dschinni themselves. Got here perfectly safe, even overseas, in a really timely fashion. I'm having an absolute blast smoking out of this hookah. It is very, very nice, and everything about it is catered to the smoking enthusiast. Everything from the length of the down stem, the build quality, and a few other features that I'll get into. Let me talk about the setup. Obviously the Dschinni sniper, got this wide Dschinni base on the bottom here. Using the Alpaca Apache bowl, a bowl I just got in from Hookah MD. Using my old school Cloud Lotus, I haven't used this in so long. I've been on that Ignis train. Using 4 charcoal flare quarter circle coals. For once, that was easy to say, quarter circle coals. I'm smoking a bit of trifecta mountain fog with a little bit of FML out of what I call the Dschinni Twizzler hose, but they have a proper name for it. It's the Dschinni candy hose with a black Dschinni tip. Let's start off with the hose since that's what's in my hand. A beautiful thin aluminum Dschinni tip. I love the draw on this. There's a slight restriction when using this hose, but it's a silicone hose, and if you guys can see up close, it reminds me of those fatty Twizzlers that you're like supposed to peel. The hose definitely stands out. People see this hose and they're like, wow, that's such a cool hose, especially when you pair it with a black tip. I love this hose, and it has a little bit of restriction to it, but still a nice, super smooth pull with this. I've paired this with other hookahs, and it just performs extremely well. And I like the weight on this tip. It's not super heavy, fits easily in the mouth. It's overall a fantastic hose. And if you want to pair this with a Dschinni or any other hookah, I mean, it looks beautiful and it performs extremely well. So this Dschinni sniper is sitting on a Dschinni glass base. It's a wide Dschinni style base here. And I really like the length of the downstem in comparison to the base. I'm really picky on my water level, and I hate when the downstem is super long and you have a gigantic base and you can't fit a lot of water in there because you're gonna add restriction to it. They really thought about the length when adding it to this hookah. And this hookah is already equipped with a diffuser. I'm a huge proponent of diffusers, and they have it built in for you guys, and it does unscrew. So if you're not someone who likes diffusers, you don't have to use it. If you like them, it's already on here. It has the slots on the side, has a center hole on the bottom. It makes the session extremely smooth, and I like that it's already built in, but you have the option to take it off if you don't like it. Moving on to the stem. The Dschinni pipes are typically modular pipes, and this one is no different. All these pieces screw apart, everything from the 2 pieces in the down stem, the center part here screws apart, all the ports come out. The ports are auto seal valved, so the one that I'm smoking out of currently with the hose in here, I took out the auto seal valve so I could actually purge it. The purge is on the back side here, and I believe if you have other hose ports, you can attach it to this hookah and make this a multi-hose hookah if you'd like. I know that's super popular in Germany. They have a lot of multi-hose hookahs, and surprisingly, I'm not a big multi-hose hookah fan, but Dschinni makes really good quality ones, especially because they have the auto seal valve. You're not always having to hold your hose and look silly the whole time. It can be quite enjoyable in a group session, but I prefer the single hose, especially because there's no one around me and I'm smoking by myself. So I'm going single hose today. This did not come with extra hose ports, but I'm sure you can purchase them if that's something you're interested in. And I believe it's made from billet stainless steel. That's a type of stainless steel. It's super high quality. It's very heavy. I mean, this thing could be used as a bat if you can't get your aim on point with a sniper. So it's really good quality. I love this. The threading on this, it's beefy. It's not the most beefy I've ever seen. It's nothing like the Prometheus. I'm not worried about cross-threading it, but what I would recommend is after every session, you screw apart everything, wash it out, keep it dry, and then you can screw it back together. That'll make sure there's no juice in the threads that are gonna ever get caked up. So another feature to this hookah, which I think is geared to the smoking enthusiast, is that Dschinni hookahs are modular, meaning you can buy other parts, interchange them out, you can customize it to your liking. And one of the accessories that I love from Dschinni is the mole catcher. If you guys haven't seen that in my Skyline review, it is a cylindrical piece that you basically can add to hookahs, and it prevents the molasses and glycerin from tainting the water in your base, and it collects in the middle. And this hookah actually has the port already built in. So out of the box, it comes like this, and you can smoke it as is and enjoy, and the port is perfectly sealed. But if you want, you can add the mole catcher. Voila, as you can see, I just added the Dschinni mole catcher. All I simply did was pick off the tray, put the mole catcher on, and reaffix the tray into the fittings here. I believe this hookah will work with any Dschinni mole catcher. They have a plethora of designs. I got a really cool skull one. And this is an attachment that I would recommend using, especially if you don't want your water tainted. I enjoy using this, and this is something that's always gonna be on this setup. Let's keep moving on up. All the ports here are obviously removable. The tray does screw into the bowl port here. One thing I'd recommend with the tray though, I personally would not let coals sit on here for a long period of time. It's cool to ash them on there. It does discolor slightly, and I have noticed that. And one thing though, if you keep a coal on here, the whole stem will heat up. And that's one of the biggest flaws of this hookah. It really absorbs a lot of the heat. And in my experience smoking though, I prefer my stem to be cooler, and I think a cooler stem would affect the session in a more positive way. The warm stem, I'm worried that it's gonna affect my session negatively. I haven't experienced that at all, but I don't like the fact that it actually warms up. But the smoke on this is fantastic. I love the draw. There is a bit of restriction because I am using a slightly restricted hose, but it's super smooth, especially when you have the diffuser on there. I mean, this is a hookah you can smoke in front of the TV while you're watching a movie, smoke with friends. I had this next to a glass hookah with a beautiful, beautiful built-in diffuser, and this thing next to it was even more quiet. I can barely hear it. It's super quiet. The draw is fantastic, and I've yet to have a bad session with this hookah. It rips every single time. And I'm gonna demonstrate the purge right now. I'm gonna take a few hits for you guys. So as you can see here, the base is very, very full. I'll take a quick purge. Purge is not super wide open, but it does the job. I think it's very, very smooth, and I like the purge on this. I'll take a few hits though. You have to take my word for the quality on this pipe, but you can definitely see from the smoke, this thing can rip the fattest clouds. It's such an enjoyable pipe to smoke out of. I am loving it. The draw on this lets me get full flavor every single hit, and just, I mean, it's so cloudy in here right now. It's so good. So Dschinni did a fantastic job making this pipe. I love every single thing about it, from the silencer that's built into the sniper, bunker of a base that it's sitting on is super sturdy, and I'm not worried about knocking it down since I am super clumsy. And the threading on this is high quality. I used to be someone who used to hate threaded hookahs. I thought it was dumb, it's just asking for trouble. But after my Prometheus, I see that a threaded hookah where you can unscrew each part, there's a lot more pros to the cons. And I like the fact that I can take it apart and clean it and keep it clean. It makes it super easy for me. The fact that they thought about putting the mole catcher on here, I mean, just a lot of thought went into making this pipe, and it shows in the performance. The only negative point is the fact that it heats up. But like I said, I haven't had a warm session. Granted, I only smoke cooler flavors, but still smoking extremely well. So the Dschinni Sniper is taking aim on the hookah market, and I can't wait to see what it's doing. I'm not sure we can pick it up from right now. I haven't seen it on 5starhookah.com. But I'm sure that they're gonna get this. One of the names I saw online was the Hookah Cartel Sniper. So I don't know if this is gonna be exclusive to them or not, but if you're gonna get a chance to pick this up, it's probably gonna be at 5starhookah.com. They're where I'd buy it if I didn't get it directly from Dschinni, but you guys know I'm a little spoiled. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you, Dschinni, for sending me out this hookah. It is such a pleasure to smoke, and the fact that it only has one minor flaw, this is something that I would recommend to you guys to pick up if you're looking for a new German pipe. Something different, not your average KM, not something that you can just pick up on the market here, something that you're gonna be one of the few people that have, and it's gonna rip and be a pleasure to smoke. Thank you guys as always. Bye guys.